Hey everyone, Carter here. Today I'm going to talk about my mains and goals for Nationals 2023. At my most recent comp on July 9th, I got a 440 PR average, which puts me at 18th in the world, which gives me very coveted top player status. So let's get into the mains and goals. For 2x2, I'll be maining the GAN 251M. I think it's a really good choice as it's really crunchy, and it's always been a main competition reliable during my 2x2 rounds. For my backup, I'll probably use an MGC Elite with my Pro Shop setup, but I do think the GAN 251M is enough to stand on its own. I really only know Ortega for 2x2, and I don't really take practicing the event that seriously. Sometimes I'll practice it if it's coming up in a local comp, but it's not really my main event. But I don't necessarily hate it or think it's a bad event. It's always just a nice thing to have at a local competition, I guess. I usually average mid to low free, so I'll probably be shooting for an average around that, or even a PR. For the classic 3x3 event, I'll be maining the Moyu Leilong V9. This has become more of a recent main for me as I've only really competed in one competition with it. I really love its turning style and its flexibility, but also I kind of unmagleveled it. And it also does corner twist very easily during solves. I don't really practice 3x3 as much as I should, but I guess when I do practice, I average around mid 8. I'm also bringing my OH main, the Angstrom Bulk 3M, as a 3x3 main backup, but it does do some pretty weird things from time to time. The Tornado V3 was my most recent main, and great at home, but it's really been lacking in competition. My main backup will probably have to be the Super RS3M. I've never really competed in it, but it has been pretty reliable, and honestly feels like a cheaper version of the V9. I don't really have great in-comp results, so I'm just gonna try to go for a PR average. For my 4x4, I main the Alsu WRM, which I pretty much made for 3 years, basically since the day I got it. I do have an MGC, but I don't like it nearly as much. What I do like is this Meilong magnetic 4x4, which I think is main-worthy for a lot of people, and is great for a budget cube. Although, I still think it has kind of a cheap feel, but that might be because I haven't really set it up as much. I did use OPA, and I do have an official average at Westport Summer 2020, but I don't use OPA anymore, and I've actually gotten faster with it, averaging around mid-30s. So that's probably what I'll be aiming for, which is basically my PR average. NANI?! Next up is one of my favorite events, 5x5, and whoa, why do I have 3 mains? This is the Altruong WRM, which was my main for a very long time. I also use it in the footage of this video. But it's pretty unreliable and locky, so I don't really use it anymore. The Bulk 5 is also very nice and stable, but it locks up a lot in competition too. The MGC is the least locky of all of them, but it is pretty cheap feeling and it does pop a lot. All in all, I think it's pretty hard to find a 5x5 main, mainly because of my turning style. It's pretty rough and fast, and it doesn't really work very well in big cubes consistently. I do average around sub 1, but I can't really decide between these 3 cubes, so I guess I'll have to main all of them. I don't perform consistently, so I guess we'll just go for PR average. For 6x6, I main the Alshi, which is easily the best 6x6 in the market. It's noticeably less locky, and it doesn't pop as much as the MGC, and it's just a really nice feeling cube. I did get into 6x6, and I even have a bronze in this event, but I do kind of hate it for its triple parity scenarios, so I don't really practice it as much as I should. Anyway, I average comfortably sub 2 with 6x6. I don't have a sub 2 mean yet, so I'll go for something that's sub 2. For 7x7, I main the Alfu, which is probably also the best 7x7 on the market. The MGC still is pretty good, but I think I prefer this cube better for its size. I don't practice 7x7 as much, so I don't think I've reached my potential, but I don't want to embarrass myself. So I'll probably just hope for the best. I don't know. Maybe sub 330? For OH, I main the Volk 3M Angstrom, which has been pretty reliable for all my competitions. But I actually am starting to like the V9 as an OH main, which is what I used in this video. I did have some stints where I did try to practice OH for some local competitions, but I don't really think I ever got into it, mainly because my last layer algorithms are pretty bad. So I guess I'm just kind of preparing for whatever happens, but I do kind of want to challenge myself, so I'll probably go for a sub 18 average. Next up, we have the side events, which are Pyraminx, Skewb, Squan, Mega, and nothing else. Right? For Pyraminx, I main Steven's Little Magic, which the Keeper doesn't make anymore, so I'm very happy to have my hands on it. But I do know Steven Winchingham does have a tutorial on his YouTube channel. For my backup, I'll use my GAN Pyraminx, which is set up with a jar of Angstrom. As of recently, I've actually practiced a lot of Pyra and have been enjoying it, but for the longest time, I do remember hating Pyraminx as an event. I guess just learning L4E and some basic tricks like some back moves and also better views really helped with my Pyraminx journey. I do kind of want to challenge myself, but I'm not sure if I'll get sub 5 average. I'll still say it anyway. For Skewb, I main nothing, because I hate this event. So for square one, just kidding, I main the Skewb, because that's the only Skewb on the market that does not feel like constipation. I have been told my U-perms are very good, but I don't really take that into effect, because my first layers are absolutely terrible. Sorry Ash, I'm not learning any first layer finger tricks, and I will quit this event. Just pray I get a U-perm scramble or something, I don't know, I don't really care. Now we have square one for real this time, which I have a love-hate relationship with, which means that when I'm doing really good, I love this event, but I hate this event in literally any other circumstance. I made the derpy Squan, but I think I did something with it because it's not nearly as good as it was when I had it back in the box after I missed that round of detentions. Also, I was actually going to become a Squan main before I became a Cloak main. That's pretty interesting. I'll just say 15 average for funsies. For Megaminx, I'm in the Diane V2. Also, here's a Skewb Gold logo. Use this uncode card for 5% off your order. I really like this cube, and it's been a main for all of my Megaminx averages. However, for my backup, I have a modded VLIJ Yoo-Hoo V2, which has holes in it. What? If this video gets to 1,000 views, I'll probably share what's inside, because you will not hear a Yoo-Hoo that sounds like that. Megaminx and I have a long ways back. I've had rivalries with friends about Megaminx. I've grinded Megaminx, and I average around mid 40s or low 40s on a good day. I love this event. It's pretty easy to get good at, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to be on stream for it too. I haven't been really practicing that much, but I still believe I can get a sub 44 average, which is sub my PR average. And that's the end of the video. Oh. Right. I mean, Clock is my main event, and I'm bringing, let's see, 1, 2, 3 cheese clocks. And also maybe a Shank Shell just to troll some people, but I don't know. Clock is really one of my main events though, and I'm kind of hoping that I do really well here. I'm looking for probably a top 5 finish at worst, and maybe even a podium. We'll see what happens, but I hope I get a free 21 single like I did here. But for my average, I think I do kind of want to get people. And that's the end of this video. I would have qualified for blindfolded if I didn't suck. And I'm bringing a timer, a mat, some Sharpies, tape, some cameras, Snoop Dogg of course, and how could I possibly forget? Some water. That's gonna be it. Okay, but Carson the Panda has been in every official solve since July 2nd. It doesn't include all of my sub 4 clock singles. Don't worry, he's coming too.